Hello, this is Michael from Blue Gem Tarot. Here we are strictly delivering the weekly reading for you. Topic for this one, God inspired as usual. People's secret thoughts of you. I'm just like overwhelmingly proud of myself that I got help with finding the right subdivisions for this one. You'll see it's amazing. I really hope you will resonate with it because I had so much fun extracting the energy from different angles simply because the questions were so good. They were like pinpointing exactly what I have to say, and because of it I have like a masterpiece of a sort of sorts that has risen all out of all of this. So yeah, I really hope you do enjoy. Topic said, timestamps will be in the comment section and the description section. For the actual piles, we have pile number 1 with a pearly earring, pile number 2 with blue crystal, light blue this time, and pile number 3 with like a leaf shaped. I don't really know what that is. What counts is that it's beautiful, and I do hope that you'll really like the reading. I want to say, as usual, there is a very interesting, strict, and quite peculiar correlation with the elements and the elements chosen for the reading and the actual reading. If you really find that you can resonate with all of them or selectively with the information that you stumble across in the reading, or it shows you something that you should know, you can listen to all of them. I'm not saying that it's like a strict rule that you have to pick one or two or only one or three or all, really. Uh, I think that's, yeah. If you don't agree with something, don't come at me in the comment section. Just, I think these are the rules. I can be subject to projection. I am really diligently working on that, but it can happen. So more or less, these are the general rules. Timestamps in the comment section and the description section, along with the donation links if you're interested. I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you so much for once again surprising me with a lot of very beautiful comments. And also, thank you so much for the donations. It is a thing that really makes you feel on track in a way, or makes you feel like, these are the indicators that the reading is really helpful. And it's huge. It's a huge honor. Thank you so much for that. I do want to say though, I have to get back to a lot of comments. That's something I'm guilty of. So yeah, I'll hopefully get back to all of them. So yeah, just I don't know when. And there are some really cheerful, genuine, and very, very beautiful comments. I see them popping up throughout the day, and it's really making my day. So if you contributed to that area of the comment section, thank you so much. It's a very beautiful, very heartwarming experience, okay? And it's funny because in where I live right now, because of the time difference, it so happens that I post and I see the comments just in the morning. It's a very huge mood boost to actually wake up in the morning and check my phone. It's my favorite thing to do right after I wake up. So yeah, it's something I really wanted to mention. Um, if you're here, you didn't skip. You have an achievement for that. Let's begin, I suppose, the reading. Initially, it was meant to be 20 minute reading, but it kind of overflowed into a 30 and something minute reading. So yeah, I hope you appreciate my chaotic energy that will follow. Okay, enjoy. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You chose the pearly uh, earring. Okay. Uh, I want to say that the first characteristics of this pile will revolve around being very stable, clear, and generally with a clear vision or with a quality of being quite, let's just say, decided in life. Uh, why I say this, it's because the contrast that's going on in here with the people who are thinking about you is actually very big, and that will be a key factor that will play into the reading too. I feel like in and of itself, the first card is like a very positive one. It's a very positive thing, a theme. We have secret thoughts of you. Okay, pleasant, recreation, fresh breath of air, dreamy. I want to say these are people's secret thoughts. Why they're so, it's because this makes me feel like it would be a little bit off if they were to come clean about this. Also, there is just too much positivity that people want to give to you, and this would disturb a lot of like things and circumstances, maybe other relationships and people around from around them. But in general, the feedback in here is very, very positive, very, very refreshing in a way. People do think about you in ways that they feel really grateful for you being here. So that's definitely what I see, especially with the image in here too, which feels to me like you feel to people like you are a sanctuary of sorts, and also literally like retreat, take a break, like these things. This makes me feel like you remind people of what's truly important, um, as well as you kind of have this feeling to you that makes people feel healed. So you have secret thoughts of like pleasant thoughts, uh, dreamy thoughts about you as well. I also wrote in here break from this heavy world. So this also made me feel like you light people up. You make them feel like they don't belong in this very harsh world, and that you make them feel like, this is the positive, like reawakening into the right type of like how things should be, or the right type of feeling. I feel like this is exactly the reason why this is so convoluted, and it seems to have been brought in this particular theme. It's because it's a subtle stream of admiration that is being shown to people. First, I would say on an emotional level, it's like an emotional resonance, and then it gets translated into thoughts. And it's like, I want to say it's like on the tip of the tongue. I have a lot of information circulating in the sense that people want to confess almost. Like they want to tell you this, but they feel like they hold back or something. And I will get back to that because I found some interesting key details about this in a subdivision too. I got in here too this feeling of perfection. This card feels like an episode from some very like calm scenery, like movie where the main hero or the team is resting or is pondering on something really important. It feels like a vacation. It feels like a break. It feels like something that's um, carrying a lot of renewal. So secret thoughts could be also in the sense a desire to retreat as well with you, or to have this moment with you. And it's like very strange how, yes, while you do feel like you are a healing person to them, they also want to create this, like, you and me, one-on-one type of thing, no distractions, no nothing, like no uncomfortable nonsense situations. I feel like you are really like an anchor in a world that feels really chaotic. Okay. I want to say also again, you will have in here a lot of people who generally feel like you are very calm and stable, and they would like to retreat with you in that stability and that like calmness that you do exude. So yeah, this should fit somehow. Like this is again your description in a way. So yeah, um, identification part. Uh, I adore spending time with you. It was also something I was picking up on with you alone. It feels like as well people thought about how pleasant it is that they release some kind of tension when they are around you. They feel like they don't have to take on roles or take on things that are not authentic. They feel liberated, they feel free. I wrote in here liberation and freedom. Like that's how it's a very natural feeling. It's a very I don't quite get why this is thoughts. Maybe this is also the case. I'm trying to translate it, accommodate it to the reading itself. Um, Maybe these are plans. You can expect to have people to want to meet you, and you can also find that you have a lot of people interested in spending time with you as well. So in this case, a theme in here would be spending time with you. Secret thoughts about like one-on-ones type of story. That's what I see in here, and it's like a very healing person. Like I want to spend time with you. There is a key element of missing you, getting attached to you. I see in here some people wondering throughout the day where you're at, where have they gone or disappeared. I feel like this is more, in general, I would say, past people really feel like the moment you exit their life, it's like it's painful to say the least, and it's like it's unresolved, I would say. This is not the type of relationship, especially like if you had like close or very significant relationships. These are the types of relationships when they end, they tend to leave a mark, a scar. Okay, that's how it feels, because nothing quite compares to you, nothing quite feels as original and as defined as your presence is. And therefore people feel like, with you gone, I would also kind of go ahead and say, unfortunately, I don't like really saying that in the readings, but you can have people with certain addictions or coping mechanisms that would make it so that they can, cope with your disappearance, okay? And a lot of stress, I would say, with your disappearance, a lot of stress seems to be brought into their life, something like this. It's as if you have managed to somehow shield people from a lot of stress. Yeah, that's something also very relevant to this identification message. Everything feels so easy and so dreamy and magical with you. That's relating to the cosmos element I was picking up from this card, and this is a recurring theme, like life is worth living. Okay, you have a lot of positive feedback. You have a lot of hidden positive thoughts, secret thoughts. I want to say a hint to, again, why this is the case. It's like hidden or secret thoughts is because you have also some people in here who are more or less in other relationships, and it feels like it's off. Like, I cannot say these things, even though I can feel them, even though I think about them, I really can't. Like I'm crossing a line, something like this. Even though, strangely, at the end of the day, maybe it's a need in here too, or it's like a sort of need being fulfilled, and people gravitating towards you. Okay, you'll find that you have people strangely pulled towards you in ways where conversations linger, information, curiosities show up. The person is opening up, or something like this. It's something that really can be like a sign of sorts, or you recognizing yourself into the reading, or in general, you'll see that you have people interested in talking to you. That's something also very significant in here. All of this seems to be linked to your presence, and seems like people's experience gets enhanced, or at least that's what they think. Also, I want to say there is this layer of uncomprehended or beyond words or speechless. People just want to spend time with you and just not talk. That's how deep this runs. I don't know. This maybe this rings some bells for someone. I don't know. You will see that people have this inexplicable pull towards you as well, and it's like a very, like, it's so silly, by the way. It's so amusing, of like, in a way. Because what I see, it's like just an image of a crowd of people who singularly want to spend time with you. And when I try looking, like in this vision, you know, watching the person, seeing how they react to you, I don't see them really wanting to talk to you, which is strange. While I do seem to find that they just, like with their back turned, they want to just sit near you while not necessarily giving a sign that they are there. And I see you being busy. I see in this vision you are very busy somehow. And you're so busy, you notice the presence, but you're actually not very like bothered, or you're aware of it, but you're kind of busy, you know? And the person really doesn't talk, which is weird, okay? And just hooked on that energy, on your energy, okay? Just I keep hearing it, like for me it's just enough to be around, or it would be, it would mean a lot to me if I would just had, if I just had the opportunity to be close, just not talk, like just around, just like in the orbit, something like this. Uh, which also leads me to the idea that people can have this interesting sense of fearing missing out on you, with you, on the experience with you, something like this as well. Like this is like a secret fear, I would say. And yeah, it's something that appeared in your pile, which I find to be quite like as a compliment for you too. Your presence feels really significant to the people, so that's a very good one. Um, let's see. These moments are magical. Yeah, people do refer to your experiences as being with them as being magical. Cosmic and marvelous. I think this is pretty much it from the first card. Yeah, 12 minutes already. I do yap a lot, but I know it's what I do. Okay, I created some subdivisions for this one, and we have in here hidden immediate reaction when it comes, what comes to mind when they think about you, when you appear, but what comes to mind but they never kind of say. Okay, I pulled some very shady cards on this one. I feel like there is a lot of contrast in here. I feel like people want to lunge, bounce, whatever, like this is something that I keep hearing, seeing. I'd rather hear than see that, but still, let's concentrate. What is just driving me crazy is the fact that you have Al-Haytham in here, which is heavy secrecy, neutrality, not spilling the beans, not spilling the tea, not anything. You can find yourself to be quite confused, to say the least, with what I have given you and what is immediately shown to you. So thus we had this like turned person with their back, something like this. Yeah, that was a very strange wording. Um, I want to say it makes me feel like, okay, I wrote in here secrecy, silence, concealment, knowing a lot, not showing it or not saying it. Though allure as well is the case in here. Non-reaction, seemingly unaffected. People love, in this case, I don't know why, to feel like they play well with the mask of feeling unaffected, or like they are not watching at all. Like that's the feeling in here that seems to pop up. Um, you will find them in the orbit, but they are afraid to confess. Okay, closed off as well. Somehow avoidant and treading carefully. What immediately comes to mind? The immediate reaction is to hide away, conceal themselves, not show anything, not tell anything, not, and really this is really suspicious. Like this is something that you will find to be quite suspicious when you'll spot it, and it will tell you that, something is definitely happening in there because the person is not as open, or is suspiciously closed off, or is suspiciously avoiding me. Something that really shows up in here. And there is also because of the Al-Haytham, I would say, and the link to whatever, learning from you, taking notes, taking information in, collecting information, and all. Like, this is so funny because this is the break card. This is like not a treadmill, not a project, not something serious to really stress about. The more the person tries to understand, the more they think they understand, the more they get like far away from the feeling or from the experience of you, which is quite ironic. Okay, but let's make them struggle. Not really. Let's make them understand that it's not really fun to struggle. But that's their choice. And okay, I cannot really say anything more about this. uh, Next up we have what they admire the most. Trait, energy, vibe they notice. Now this one is strange. I seen here. I wrote down faith, savior, hope, renewal, right. The right, and by the way, right type of way, or the right feeling, the right, exactly how I want it to be. Like, that's something very, very, like, it's lingering in the people's thoughts. Like, this is all over the place. I feel like people do see you as like a sort of a problem solver, a savior, somebody that leaves a strangely powerful impact that they did not expect. I feel like they do admire and they do spot the renewal, the healing energy that you do emit. Lighthouse, also wrote in here, it's as if they feel like they are realigning, okay? Problem solver as well, I wrote in here, answer to the call. I feel like, this is so funny actually. I got reminded of source about this reading in this context that some people felt like they were lost or they needed someone like you at some point and they gave up on it. And it was actually a call that has been answered with your arrival in their life. And because we have judgment and tower, this makes me feel like this is not accidental, or it feels like like it's not uncalled for, while at the same time it feels like people are not ready for it. This is exactly the feeling when you spot something really important, but you might find yourself in the shame of not being ready to claim it, or not being ready to accept or to claim that magnitude. I can't say I stumble across this very often, but I actually do, and it's very shocking because you think that you know yourself, or you think that you assess yourself really well, when in fact you don't, and you find the characteristics, or you find yourself comparing yourself in a way fairly so, and like with a sense not of desperation in my case, of course, but it makes you feel like, yeah, this is the next step in the game. This is something that I definitely want. So I caught this. I saw this from the tower. I saw this as well from the, let's just, from the judgment card in reverse. This is the story when you ask for something, it comes through, but you find yourself somehow behind, you know. You find yourself catching up to it in a way. And this is like positively overwhelming. That's something that people find to be very inspiring about you. And also, I want to say, I do hear that some people are actually very proud of you. I don't know. This is very, very, and this is the fact that this is coming from strangers. This is like so. It's just so much fun. I don't know. This makes me feel like the outsider's perspective is really pure, and it's a very good case of mirroring for your pile and for you to understand that you're doing really well. Even though I don't know what's your state, I want to say it makes me feel like your state is better than the people's who you find to be around you right now, or you generally interact with, whether it be work or other things. Also, looking at the notes in here, this is spirituality being ascribed or linked to you. as well as being considered divinely sent. But I hear people saying I'm not ready for it. Maybe this is not true, by the way. Maybe that's a way of holding back. I don't know. Maybe that's a way of not claiming it, finding an excuse to call it not theirs. But yeah, this is what I see. But it's also the same feeling. It's as if you've awakened, woken up. I don't know, the person in the middle of the night. But it's like the same feeling when let's just say, like a hypothetical story, you were to be woken up in the middle of the night because you find a person at your doorstep, and this happens to be, or you feel like this is the one. Okay, like this is so corny, I know. But that's the feeling, like, something really good that like catches you in like a very non-attuned or not suitable situation. Okay. I do want to say the next one is going to be about the things that they keep to themselves out of respect. I see in here lots of reservation. I saw in here also, this is Paimon, also this is the Ten of Cups in reverse, and this is the Hierophant in reverse, which is very peculiar to have in the read for this category. It's as if people keep it to themselves, that they are studying you, they are learning from you, they are reorganizing themselves, they are rethinking, recreating like some patterns in their life. And also I got in here friendliness. This is like a very pure, cute type of way of relating to you that they would like to engage in with you. But it feels like maybe this is not appropriate, or maybe this is not called for. Okay. Also cuteness, closeness, curiosity, soft, childish feelings, like very unfiltered things and feelings, and in general sentiments that would not necessarily be very appropriate for like a person you barely know, but you feel like they are safe. Okay, that's also something that came to mind for this category. Not gonna lie, you also do have the quality of waking the person up, feeling like, time to change, it's time to shift things, but with a feeling of it's somehow natural, organic, ecological, it's not forced. It's definitely not made out of shame, even though the people can feel at times like, maybe they're behind, or they're not as close to their desires as they would like to, or to their desired state. You having them having the opportunity to have you in their life makes it so that they feel pushed forward to do so, to evolve. And it's a very quiet, humble sense of Hierophant in reverse. Like the ego is like really quiet, really attentive, submissive in a way, to the feedback, learning from you, wanting to understand you, wanting to accommodate you, even, I would say in this case, finding better ways to communicate, to interact, and to make this experience a very like fruitful one. Strangely, this is how I wrote, but this is the closest thing I can get to for this energy. It's like listening and submission in a way, listening and learning from you, from your perspective. And also, if you're wondering, by the way, it's a huge imprintability. So if you're wondering if you have impact on people, you definitely do. And I would be very careful with what you show to the world, what you project into the world, because it has this ability to imprint and to make a long lasting impact on people. It's definitely a learning experience for the people. That's also something I wrote. And it's a very active one. So it's not like, you told me everything. Maybe, yeah, it could be that people want to open up to you about things that they wouldn't, or they generally don't open up about to other people. That can be also very significant. That's straight from the first category, first intro first card from your reading. And the last one for this pile is going to be what they think you don't see about yourself. No, this is gonna be so delicious. I just cannot not say this. A blind spot that they think you don't know, or you don't know of, you don't see, don't acknowledge about yourself clearly. Now I have to really take a quick look at the cards because yeah, I have to make sure that I'm giving like the best result in here. You have Mona in reverse, Knight of Wands as well in reverse. You don't see about yourself, and this is something that people see, that you're a huge empowerment to the world, that you feel like a missing piece in a lot of people's life, and that you bring the best and the most important things in people's lives. With Mona in here in reverse, I do remember like this character. This makes me feel like, first of all, I am seeing a lot of information that comes from you, from the interaction, from the experience with you. It really, like, I see a condensed layer of information and insight and knowledge and wisdom that the person seems to come in contact with, whether you really spoke something or not. Like, it could literally be enough that you're there and the person really connects the dots, so to speak, okay? And I saw in here this knight from this deck, he's purifying some vines, whatever, I don't know what's happening there. This is a very dark deck, but I do love it because it tends to bring interesting things into readings. I wrote in here Spellbreaker. I wrote in here Clarity, Purification, Forceful Awakening. I feel like fog, mental fatigue, mental like uncertainty, overthinking, mental fog, or yeah, mental fatigue. In your case, it makes me feel like with your presence is being lifted, you do have, whether you know this or not, regardless of whether you do, you have spiritual properties of aiding and bringing the person out of some illusions, some things that would generally make the person feel like they are entangled or mixed up with wrong things and with false perceptions. I would say that this pile also has a link to, or a whole dimension, I would say, to truth, to the ability to see the truth and to call it out, as well as the ability to do that a very efficient way when it comes to the other people. So don't think this is something that maybe it's like I would say a universal blind spot, because I don't see, or I don't understand how a person would be able to see or to tell you that directly if that person is not an angel or something, I don't know. But this makes me feel like, this is like a channeled message, not necessarily from the people, but from a whole greater dimension of, I don't know what, but it has your back, something like this, and it loves you. Okay, I don't know what this is, just the energy, and you do belong. It wants me to say that you do belong. You are very important. You are. It makes me say like you are most important in a way that's like cohesive with everyone, like with this oneness, with this collective. It's like you are the thing, you are the big deal, you are the very important person, being that you deserve the acknowledgement of, okay? And significance is definitely linked to your name in this case. Very, some things would not go really well without you. That's something that it wants me to also tell you for this reading. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. I had in mind I will do a 20-minute reading, but let's not lie to ourselves anymore like this, okay? Thank you so much for watching. That was such an enlightening experience. It was such a dense reading, but I really loved it because it brought some hilarious and my head hurts, okay, very important information in the reading, I love that. I enjoy the process. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to support me with a like, a comment, and a subscription if you're not already. If you want, of course. You can also comment below what's going on. Usually I do channel this and I'm like, don't even ask me, I have no idea what this is. Like, you know, I would try, but it's not gonna happen, okay? I don't know. I'm just here to convey the message, you know. I do have positive implications with what ramifications I pick for your readings, because I can literally channel anything, but I don't see the reason why I should do that, because we can channel some not nice info that can be damaging. That's not necessary, okay? I do want to make you feel like you are empowered, and we can definitely achieve that with a proper focus. Yeah, anything is salvageable. Yeah. So, by the way, I do have the links for the donations if you want to donate. If not, that's all right. That's completely fine. Also, please make sure to check out the other videos on the channel. I am constantly expanding, and the ways in which I read constantly expand. Maybe you can find in the other readings something of use and of importance and significance to you. So definitely do make sure to check them out if you'd like. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to hear from you in the comment section. And yeah, if you wanna share your story, I will get to your story in time. I may not reply immediately, but yeah, thank you so much for watching, and take care. Goodbye. Welcome to your reading pile number 2. This one is genuinely confusing. I will tell you why, because it's a very distinct type of energy, as well as a very confusing one to me too. You have deep replenishment. We'll figure it out, of course. You have deep replenishment in reverse, as well as retreat in reverse, rest, and be held in reverse. This is heavy lack. This is heavy longing, loneliness, and craving you. On a more general scale, because this is what people think secretly about you. It's also thinking whether you're single, as well as thinking about the ways in which they can insert themselves into the scheme or the social network with you, but in gradual, very deep, and very not purposeful, like also purposeful, but also deep, expansive ways, and also ultimately consistent and committed ways. Because what I see in here, it's very strange. It's a feeling of craving you, okay? This is not lightly said. This is when you find someone and you say, this is the person, they're mine, or something like this. Or it does feel wrong to me for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe this is because, in a way, it's like some people in here, some person is trying to fill an inner void with you. But the craving for you, the yearning in here that's being written in between the lines of the energy, and the way the person is actively, or the people in here are actively finding ways to further expand on and with the relationship with you. It's quite fascinating. It's as if the world is very thirsty and you are water, like that's how it feels. And this pile has very powerful implications with a singular person. It can be that this is your case. If not, then maybe this is a general message for the people with, like, what people secretly think about you. I would also want to add that this is a more feeling dimension that's being shown in this case, and what is being uh, what arises out of this, it's maybe the thoughts in here that are also going to be related to the keywords and the energies I was picking up on from this very first card. So let's begin. We have yeah, this is not funny. This is sleepless nights, overthinking, dissatisfaction, bitterness, cold, loneliness. I feel like a person is, or a group in here is generally feeling like the emotional territory situation is so bad that it has to be somehow solved, and the thoughts in here is like, I don't know how to mend this, I don't know how to fix this, I don't know how to deal with this loneliness, I don't know how to deal with this longing or with this missing you heavily story. And it's a lot of water in here, so I would also want to add that maybe a person in here cried, or you have some people crying, nostalgic, very longing, like, and very like disappointed in how things turned out. I feel like I see like a sort of a palace, like a temple, a palace, whatever this is. It was meant to be beautiful and shining, it was meant to be everything, and somehow it got destroyed. And like I see the person reminiscing in here, I see the person genuinely not being able to digest the emotional experience of missing you. Okay, what have I got myself into? What have I gotten myself into? Yeah, whatever. Maybe that's also their thoughts. What am I even saying? Okay. Okay, so good to brush this off anyway. Deeply seated craving, obsession, missing piece. Yeah, I do want to say, I caught this. I catched this. No, this is not correct. I'm just kidding. People find it that you are a missing piece in their life. By the way, this was a strangely similar message to pile number one. You might selectively resonate with pile number one too. If you'd like, you can also check it out. Your energy feels more distinct, however, so I would expect pile number one and two to be quite different, but it can merge, it can overlap in a way. So you can definitely check pile number one too. Feeling like you've put a spell on them, craving you, and yeah, longing. Exactly what I was talking about. In a social setup, this could be about a person or a group thinking that you are the popular one, that you are universally liked, that people must get well, like get really well along with you because it feels like you are influential. I feel like also for this pile, I sense a buzz in the air. It's as if, in a sense, like everyone keeps talking about them, like everyone talks about them, everyone talks about the good ways, the positive energies, the positivity they radiate. Also, I want to say, I feel like you are somehow indispensable. That's something that also secretly people think. Irreplaceable, indispensable, like you cannot be replaced, you cannot be, nothing quite compares to them, nothing quite can get them replaced, something like this. Yeah, interesting. I also caught in here some thoughts about wanting to belong with you, thoughts about your beauty that's also not being voiced out for some reason. Maybe this is not appropriate for the situations, maybe the person is taken or something like this. And again, I wrote in here chaotic longing, attachment, dreamlike state, and memories and thoughts about you that makes the person almost like, fixed on you. It's also I wrote in here persisting nagging over the topic of you. This is also like with very heavy implications about one particular person. This makes me feel like you are on the person's mind, like on one person's mind, or a group in here seems to think about, for some reason, thinks about you like regularly. This is like, the type of story when you have a relative, you really care for them, and you think about them at different points in throughout the year. So I don't know why this is happening in here, but it's carrying this very nostalgic feeling of longing and missing you. So yeah, I don't know, make this resonate however you want. I'm trying my best in here, but it makes me feel like, things are not how they used to be when you're no longer around, okay? Like life feels very dry, very devoid of interesting things, like devoid of color. Because also this card shows me like a very strange hue of green and like I would also like in gray. So it makes me feel like there was purpose, there was meaning, there was direction and essence and not material. I don't know how to say it. It's like density in the purpose of living life when you were around, and once you were no longer around, this makes me feel like life became really gray. And I also I also want to say that you have in here like some sort of codependency pattern, that it's as if you were meant to show the person what they need and crave and want, but ultimately they didn't or they couldn't get over the fact that you're gone, or the fact that they don't know how to bring that energy or thing into their life outside of like you. Okay, that's also something persistent in here, to say the least. And also because you have held, this is directly relating to the message of someone wanting to be held by you. Maybe that someone wants to hold you too. Maybe that's the reason why we have this card, but seemingly it's impossible, or the impossibility in here is something that shows up in the reading. Now, I want to say it's not bad. There is like almost an energy of like a crutch of sorts, where the person is leaning onto you, onto the memory, or somehow the concept of you, and seems to be like this is a beneficial thing that's happening. So, yeah. Maybe other cards will show us more about what's actually going on in here, but to be quite frank with you, in contrast with other readings, I feel like the intro in here was distinctively like sad. But yeah, maybe things will cheer up as we go. Okay, first subdivision we have in here, it's immediate reaction. What comes to mind instantly when they think about you, but they never say or never admit. Seven of Cups. This is literally like looking at it, it's like a person reminiscing. Also, Eight of Pentacles. This makes me feel like some heavy thoughts arise, and also like with this Eight of Pentacles, it's a sense of persistence, repetitions, patterns. Maybe a person in here is trying to rework things. Also, in a group setting, because this is like what people secretly think about you. Now, they didn't come really. I've never come across this energy ever, but this is like genuinely fascinating. I see people wanting to think about the ways in which they can properly or most adequately like work something together, or to make you feel accommodated, and it's as if the people try to attune themselves to your presence, or to the idea of like let's create the best atmosphere, the best conditions for them, which is very strange. I've never like I doubt, I don't want to be mean right now, but yeah, it's like I doubt the vast majority of people has the necessary emotional intelligence to actually be able to conceptualize of this first, not to even like go for it and actually make it happen in the way of accommodating your needs. That's so rare. That's so, I said I'm not gonna be mean, but kind of am right now. I don't know, maybe that's what I see. This is like in and of itself so strange. With the Eight of Pentacles in here is like persistent, slow work. Maybe if some person or group in here is trying to understand you, It's like when also, let's just not be mean, okay? It's like, let's think about this. It's like when you pick a gift for someone and you try to think, will they really like it? Do they generally vibe with this? Do they generally like this type of gift? Yeah, like that's something also relevant. Maybe that would clear things up a bit about this, okay? But it's also like very it's not explosive, I would say. Cups and Pentacles, water and earth, which makes me feel like out of the like other piles, we'll see what another one shows, but it makes me feel like this is a certainty or a commitment or a slow, steady type of line, or a steady perception and intention that arises and wants to make you feel accommodated. Uh, and it's very long term. I feel like this is talking about vision, okay? Because immediate hidden reaction when it comes to instant, wait, no, that comes to mind instantly, or what they never want to say or admit. It's how in here, like almost, I would say, almost emotionally detached, the person is trying to understand and learn your patterns so as to find ways to better accommodate you in the future, which is very actually commendable in a way, because I usually don't see that. Not me, like literally going back to this topic, but yeah. Okay, I shouldn't have pulled another card for this one. Forgive me, self. Yeah, we have the Knave. Isn't that the light card? Yeah. In reverse. And it's like, yeah, it's even in reverse, as if it's not already complicated enough for me, okay? I see in here some sort of learned mistake, sealed or healed scar, maybe. I see this adds a layer of like forgiveness in a way. Either you themselves, you forgiving them forgiving you, something like this. Because Nave shared um, this link to the other cards where it's as if the negativity subsides and comes like with a mature outlook on how things should be, and how maybe emotionally it wasn't right at first, but it will be because I'm learning from it. So generally, I am genuinely fascinated how people's thoughts in here are actually constructive. Exactly, like that's the word. How constructive people's thoughts really circulate in the essence of the reading. So yeah, that's very interesting. I'm genuinely curious what's happening in here. And it all comes from this emotional dimension of missing you and wanting to claim you, something like this. Yeah, so it's both, like I want to say strongly, this is both group and one person individually, but it's a very constructive intention to mend things and to make them work together, to um, reorganize them, to mend them, to repair them, to make them work again out of like the previously negative or bitter experience, which was very fruitful in a way because it showed what was missing, and the person is actually genuinely wanting or questioning themselves in order to find the solution to this, which is like, my god, I'm so happy. It's like an extinct species of an energy that I fished in here, okay? I'm so happy. Yeah. This is just so amazing, and literally we just have only 4 cards. Hope I'm not going mad about this. Yeah, you never know, because when you're mad and insane, you can't really tell. It's like a normality of sorts for you. So yeah, that's. I'm not speaking from experience, definitely. Okay, let's continue till I'm saying what they admire most. Trait, energy, vibe they notice. What they admire most about your energy. This is so beautiful. This is crazy, insane, wonderful. I want to say you have High Priestess. This is such a noble card for this category. You are being seen as exalted in very like many beautiful ways. And this is exactly irreplaceable energy I was talking about. This is like, nobody compares to them, okay? We also have Farazan, which adds on and like, really goes well with the High Priestess in here, which shows me It carries a level of logic, intelligence, intellectuality, if that's even a word, um, mental prowess, commendable mental clarity, intelligence, also wisdom, like logical and efficient thinking, something like this, and real, very raw, real, very out there, original, truthful, genuine. Like these are the traits I see the person really appreciates, loves, and adores, and it's like they've put you on this pedestal. From a more general standpoint, secret thoughts in here also, it's like this whole thing I was just covering is like a whole dimension people admire and look and recognize, point out, and reflect back to you through this reading about you. I love that we also have in here Yanfei. I recognized that this person is carrying the like law or justice element, which is profoundly just enriching the whole dynamic in here, which I want to explain. Uh, it's all linked to the ability to be able to manipulate and to do a lot of damage, make a lot of like wrong things happen, and not making it happen because of being mindful. I feel like I'm closely more and more understanding why we had this initial energy. Not me yapping for 20 minutes right now and I should end this. I'm not. I'm not that cruel, okay? I'm not into that, okay? I'm not cruel. Uh okay. I want to say beginning of the reading shows me somebody who is like craved and I'm like, "Okay, what do I do with that?" Not you literally seeing how I do the readings. But and how beautifully this makes sense with how it opens up, shows into the reading. My head hurts, but my heart goes to you, okay? My head is hurting right now because, yeah, I'm just blinking right now. I don't know what to say. Um, so scared. I almost thought that my phone died. I'm sorry for being distracted, but Um, I see quality in here. I see identification message quality being ascribed to pile number two like crazy. So it's like, people do know that it's not chaotically like random. It's not random that people appreciate you. It's not random that people want to get back to you in a relationship. It's not random that people think about you, reminisce, they look back, they regret things, they want to make things work together again. They want to mend things, and all this sadness makes profound and absolute genius sense. Because that is exactly why. Like, you have this quality and not consistent, like matter. Like, it really matters. Like, a lot of matter and substance to the energy of you. Like, relationship wise, you're like relationship material. Like, that's what people point out to themselves, and you're not even flashy about this. Like, that's what I love. It's like, maybe you are flashy, you're not understanding this, or you're not doing this on purpose, like not desperately trying to prove anything. That in and of itself like draws in the long-term people in here. I was just talking about, I was struggling there, okay? This is so hilarious. I hope I'm not embarrassing myself right now. Okay, let's prolong our suffering. No, just kidding, I'm not. Let's do the confused and what confuses and fascinates them at the same time about you. Okay, let's go for it. Oh, this is so cute, I can't. You have the King of Cups in here and the Queen of Cups in reverse. Not you being inaccessible of sorts, but yeah, we'll fix that. Maybe not. But this just so romantic, I can't. And I'm genuine, I'm not ironic right now. I could be, but I'm not. I'm genuine right now. This is so cute. This is so soft. This is just so I'll explode in flowers, in shapes of flowers right now. Oh, I better don't, but yeah. And congratulations, you have High Priestess again from another deck. This is just okay. This is so romantic, I can't. There's just so much water in here. Whatever. Let's wipe our tears and continue. Yeah. No more cards. I'm not I don't wanna be overwhelmed right now, but you have the King of Cups. Where was I? What confuses and fascinates them? This one is really good. This one is soft. Confuses and fascinates people how easily, how well, how deep their feelings run for you, and how fast this comes to them. Like it's because you have the King of Cups in here upright and the Queen in reverse. Hear me out. This makes me feel like maybe you are not ready when this happens. It's like I'm gonna say something. It better ring some bells. It better like really blow some whistles in here. I have a person in here who thinks or thought at some point that, why would a person be interested in me or something like this, BS like that, and underestimating themselves to the point where, they became in a way, with this attitude, became really friendly with everyone and did not expect that many people to be interested. And you could have been at some point overwhelmed with that, thinking or really thinking to yourself, like, I thought that nobody would want me, and here we go, we have 20 people interested. Are you satisfied right now? You better be. Because High Priestess in here twice, and with this element of the feelings and confuses and fascinates them, it's the allure, it's the inaccessibility can be also because the person feels much more mature, not mature necessarily, not to say that you're immature because of it, oh my god, not me literally just throwing myself under the bus right now, but it's as if the person is like, yeah, I chose them, they're my target, something like this, and you're like, wait, I didn't recover from thinking that nobody would want me. Like, who would have thought that I'd have 20 people interested in me or more? Good luck with that. I'm so happy. I mean, I'm really concerned in here, but yeah, let's just not overshare right now, okay? It is a very strange feeling with this cadence in reverse. How easily just people fall in love with you. And I don't say things that I don't see, but it's like a snap of the finger and the person is immediately aware that they are in love and they want you. Like, that's okay. Think about this, okay? Let's ponder, let's meditate on this, let's create a retreat on this topic, okay? Let's do it together, okay? I'd meditate on this one. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sense of these four cards because the emotional softness, what confuses and at the same time fascinates the people is the fact how easily they fall in love with you, and they fall in love without seemingly even recognizing, understanding why this is happening and why me, like why right now. It feels like so out of control, but it's very endearing to them. It's very enriching, it's enriching the experience to them. Not always really because, yeah. It's a very also confusing part in here which shows up. It's like, why so fast? Like, why do I have to like struggle right now in love? Like, what have I done to fall in love so easily with them? Like, they're so lovable. Like, that's what I see in here. Like, yeah, make it make sense. Things they keep to themselves out of respect. I want to see this one. Like, I'm really like, at this point, this reading became like sort of like a TV series that I'm like watching. I'm like, what's next? Okay. I hope this is not very inappropriate. Yeah. Oh my god, what have I done to deserve this treatment from the cards? Okay. Why me? We have in here Strength in reverse, Hanged Man in reverse, with a very ugly representation from the Hanged Man. but with not so ugly of an interpretation of it. Okay. Um, an Empress in here, Nine of Cups as well, just to cover things up a bit. Okay. Strength in reverse, logical. This is weakness. Keeping to themselves how powerless a person feels with their sympathy. Now my accent literally playing tricks on me right now, but how powerless they feel, how out of control, and how desperate a person in their feelings and in their admiration for you really feels. I would say because we have these two cards in reverse twice, not twice, oh my god, what am I saying? Like a feeling of not even wanting to admit this to themselves too, and just softness, admiration. Like they keep it to themselves in a way, but even from themselves too, how much they openly want to confess that they feel something really deep and loving towards you. This, by the way, feels to me like it's not a very performative, explosive, like this is not a fiery person. And in general, this reading doesn't make me feel like this is attracting a lot of fire energy in this case, because the water in here is all over the place. I have to mop the floors, just so you know, okay? Like that's just somebody do something quick, okay? Like that's the energy of it. But it's just wet in here, okay? Empress as well. This makes me feel like the person is really consequential, persistent, perseverant, and very like long-term oriented when it comes to the relationship, the goals, the directions, from a more group standpoint, because this is a general reading. This makes me feel like the people really want to build something long-term with you, as well as to make things constructive, which was very surprising for me to see in the reading. I don't know what you're doing to people. Maybe I should consult you as well, because this is just amazing. Okay, this just wow. Okay, you did that. Okay, let's go next. We're past 30 minutes, but who cares? What they think you don't know about yourself, and what blind spot they think you don't see. Okay, this should be spicy, I hope, because I'm not here extending the reading for nothing. Okay, first of all, this one is distinct too, so there is a perspective in here from God knows where, whether it be a group or a person, I don't know. Go find out. Sorry, just kidding. But it's like you have no idea how useful you are to a group of people, and it's not like useful, you're no pickaxe or something, you know. Um, but how, like, craving, like literally craving you, like to the desperate end, people can feel like I see people fighting, wanting to fight, being able to fight, willing to fight, really willing to fight for you. And maybe you don't maybe see that about yourself. This is like what maybe there's like headache of like the reading is coming to say, like this is the reason why I'm suffering like, and I'm not, but just just in case. But universally valuable, very valuable, very 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 valuable. Not like, you know, without them things would be missing, like a lot of import, like carrying a lot of importance, similar if not identical to another pile's message. But this one again, another card, another set, and it says the same thing: how irreplaceable you are. You cannot be replaced, you cannot be like, nothing quite compares to you. Okay, I thought I'm not gonna say corny things like this, but it seemed like I should. Um, we have Nine of Cups in reverse, yay, and we have, it was another card which was upright like this, so wish fulfillment. It takes really fulfilled people to meet you, and they understand that they want the Ten of Cups, but Nine of Cups reversed in this case, yeah. shows me a person in the reading, in the cards in here, drinking water and thinking. Like maybe that's like how people also, I don't know how to convey this, but you are craved. I don't know if you think about yourself as being otherwise, but you are not, like people are not indifferent towards you, like that's for sure. Okay. And the world in here, it must carry, wait a minute, by the way, the world card was exactly in the previous reading from another deck, very similar message. So fascinating. It's again the sentiment of universal value. You bring color to this world, you bring importance to this world, you are like a missing piece to people, and that's definitely something people want. It's like, I just want to go ahead and tell you this would be a joke if I were to ask people. You have people in here, not like literally, this is not even the card in upright. This, if I were to ask some people, I'd get slapped. Like I'd get slapped, with the energy that they have in here. It's like, it's like as if the person is, how can you even think that they are like, how can you even ask that? It's obvious that they are needed in this world. It's obvious. Like, I'd get slapped, like things I have to go through to do this reading, okay? No, then just kidding, but that's like the essence of what I'm trying to say. Like a lot of craving, a lot of need for you, okay? Something of sorts you've managed to, or you can actually feel some gaps in people's lives that once you are gone, it just unleashes chaos and scarcity. Okay, yeah, that's it. I promised it's not gonna be long. It is. I am not that good at promising short readings. Apologies for that, but thank you so much for watching. Make sure to comment below. I'm not suffering for nothing right now, I did extend this for a reason. Make sure to check out the other videos on the channel. Hopefully I have some also shorter readings for you if you're interested. If not, then I can disappoint you. I have also some old ones with 30 minutes reading. Can't really say I'm not passionate about this. So thanks for watching. If you want to donate for headache pills, you can definitely go for it. You'll have the links in the comment section and the description section. Thank you so much for watching, and please, I'm begging you to subscribe. Thank you so much, and I hope to hear from you in the future readings. Take care. Okay, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Okay. We have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be serious. People's secret thoughts about you. This is giving me the energy of, yes, this is just like another pile spending time, but this one feels much more close, or let's just say closer, because looking at this, it's making me feel like somebody wants to belong with you, or they want to feel the belonging in here, but in a very active, proactive, very, like, this is not avoidant energy. This is like partying in a way, not literally, but just feeling enriched by the experience of having you. Also, because this is play in here, I want to say it carries on an element of, yes, this is also one-on-one, and this in a way makes me feel like somebody wants to experience it all with you. So yes, this is just as specific as another pile with a very distinct one person type of energy, but this is like a whole person wanting to fully commit to you. So this is a very good one, because I feel like this person wants to make everything together with you. Like they want to do all the crazy things together, and like this feels like that kind of relationship that you do everything, absolutely everything together. You don't have an activity that you don't have the person with you by your side. So yeah, those of you who are like interested in that kind of message is definitely like there. It's like this has to resonate with you having a love interest or something like this, because energy is way too strong for it to not be true. So yeah, I want to say if this is something that you're going for, most likely this is your pile. This is partying as well in a way, but this is not like as I said, this is not direct partying. This is like a party of sorts where you live, like the joy of living life, the drive, the adrenaline of living life. That's how it feels. And also, this feels like it's a type of relationship that's joined at the hip. Also, because this is a general message, I do want to give people a general outlook on how people in general, what they hide away from you. Um, what thoughts? Well, this is also a huge, very open, direct desire to connect. Expect to be simply smothered in a lot of connection. And if you were like wondering, setting intentions with belonging, with connectivity, with feeling like you are being loved in this universe, and this is now one type of like corny messages simply given because whatever. I just see a pattern in here that will strongly reinforce how much you belong, how much you are loved, how much you are here and people adore you. That's how I feel it's going to be relevant for pile number 3. And this is like deliberate action. This is deliberate messaging, deliberate messages, people adding you, like people contacting you. That's what I see. Um, I don't quite understand why this is a secret. I don't understand. Maybe this is not apparent yet. Maybe this is not said yet, but it feels like it's on the brink of happening. So that's what I can say from my side. I feel like a very bright and colorful and vibrant, warm chapter in this life is being given to you in the form of emotional abundance and connections and abundance that's delivered to you in the sense of people connecting to you and giving you that kind of like feeling like you again belong. In general, this this card really shows like a sun in the upper part of the yeah, of the card. This makes me feel, or it made me feel like you may be invited to a party. Maybe this is like, almost like a party which involves like a disco ball or dancing, it could be, because this is like and I love it, it's in upright. You have the play. This could be about spending fun time together and a time to be really like involved in not serious things and stuff like that. If anything, the dimension of the secret thoughts in here, it's maybe people did not show you the full extent of why and how and where, why, whatever, how this like plays out. But it's again something that will happen soon. Maybe you are actually in the season of celebrating, or maybe you are going to go on a trip or something that will involve this very bright theme of having fun and relaxing as well. Because the people's intentions are being set there, okay? I feel like in and of itself, this is not only the person or people in here thinking about the ways that they can be themselves around you. This adds on to a greater level or deeper dimension of them, like really wanting to give you the gratitude or wanting to really express how much they love you because of how free or how healed they feel into your presence. So this like adds on from another pile, by the way. You can resonate with multiple ones, but in this case it's like almost as if the volume has been turned up. For this pile, it's as if we're long past the energy of getting to know each other or something like this. This is like gratitude for the fact that you're here, and I want to see happy experiences. I want to go through happy experiences with you too. So yeah, that's something definitely I would link to the first card. And funnily enough, this one carries a lighter version of, or a lighter layer, which means people's hearts are really open, and it also feels like they want to see you. That's the feeling when you, like, for example, imagine you have a celebrity you really like and you have the chance to meet them in a way, or at least for a very brief moment. The excitement you feel prior to meeting them, like that's the feeling that's being shown to me in this reading for this card. And the thoughts in here could arise out of preparation. Somebody or some group of people could be preparing to connect with you, to further show you that they want to belong with you and they want to make you feel like you belong with them too. This is also like a token of gratitude and recognition, and somehow it's making me feel like we are grateful to have you by your side. Something like this. So I hope you love it. Um, Usually I don't say things like that if I don't see them. That's why it's just so suspiciously positive in a way. Um, And in a sort of a way, also, this pile feels, or the energy that you do emit, it feels like for you it's going to be like an end goal or something, or you were aiming for this and you're going to be shown how much people love you, okay? And also, I got reminded from this one, it feels like a birthday party being thrown into your name, okay? Like that's the overall energy. So I see, like, you being kept in the dark for some reason deliberately, because the stage is being prepared for that surprise, okay? Like a surprise of sorts, I see. But it's fascinating how I see in here some sort of like longevity and also like history, or it's not like that word, but it shows me a thread of a logical consequence that has brought this like surprise or this positivity to the table. um it shows me a sort of a record that people, like, almost like their cups feel like they're overflowing, and this is going to be shown in the ways in which they will. Yeah, I just see gratitude in here. Why this is a secret? Maybe because it's maturing as well, and maybe because people feel like, it's like in a stage of like gestation or something like this. But I just see in here a very fruitful result from this very first card, which I absolutely adore. Please do let me know. Maybe this is your birthday or something, or this is like an upcoming party or something of sorts where you're going to meet some people that you haven't seen in a while and they do appreciate you a lot. Because that's exactly what I see in here being captured in the reading, because it's like, play card, and it shows like it's like an ecstatic state feeling. So that's suspicious, like that. I'm that kind of person who's like, something good happens, that's suspicious, like that's the energy. So yeah, I'm definitely curious what's going on. I do feel like pile number 3 has some sort of backstory. Yeah, backstory I wanted to say back then, with what energy is being showcased in here. But it's like a recognition, a type of short story, what, a type of recognition that comes with your long-term investment, commitment, and love and care for the people. So yeah, you should know what that is. So yeah, hope I'm making sense in here on my end. Maybe other cards will show us as well, by the way, what this means, but overall this was ecstatic, inspired, inspirational, or almost like uplifted, yeah, as well. Let's go into the immediate hidden reaction. What comes to mind instantly, but people, or they don't say, or they never say out loud, okay? This one should reveal something. Okay, you won't guess what I got in here. It's the card No. This is literally like the moment where you wanna find the information, you wanna peek into something, and you have like a direct no. It's literally like a surprise being prepared. Oh my god. It says in here no. Wait, postpone, pause, and say no. But we are nosy, and I have no choice. I have to spill the tea, so yeah, I'm forced to do this. Okay. Um. I am not that kind of person, reader, to give you like these types of messages because they really annoy me. But hear me out. You have the Chariot and you have Yalan in reverse. Some secret, some sort of mystery is quickly going to be revealed to you in a big, not showdown, how is it called? In a big surprise, in a big announcement. Something, and I saw No and then the Chariot, which is like rush, and I saw also the imagery in here. There is something coming for pile number 3, which I don't feel like I understand, but feeling wise, this feels like it's an avalanche. It's not bad, it's positive, it's unexpected for you, but it just floods the reading, and it should have shown me immediate hidden reaction where I'm looking at this wooden board and I see No and then Chariot and Yelan in reverse. You are going to be shocked with something. I don't know what else to say in here, and I feel like this is urgent information. Okay, yeah, this is what I see. It's almost as if it has reached a boiling point. Something is overflowing and it's very positive. However, it's positive, but it makes me feel like you're going to be a little bit overwhelmed. Pile number 3, do make me a favor, do tell me what the is going on in there because I don't understand. It purposefully messed with the logic of the reading in the first step where I took the oracle card for the category, whereas for the other decks I didn't, for the other piles I didn't do that. And we also have this anomaly in here where the message deviates from the actual subdivision, which was actually very important. I do care for the structure. However, I do see in here an intervention, so I do want to know what is reaching a boiling point because this is so intriguing. I don't know what's happening. This is like the anticipation when the birthday party is being thrown and everyone knows it, but the person doesn't. So yeah, that's what I see. I want to know what's happening. It's a revelation. It also carries the energy of a revelation in a way. It could be like I don't feel like this is like necessarily a love confession. However, it can be in a sense a love confession where a person says the compliments. They don't say that they love you, but they do say that they do really appreciate you, and it's like obvious that they are in love. I'm gonna be honest right now with the uh already 4 cards into the reading. It's like destiny. I hear like it's destiny. I don't deviate from the readings because I'm not insane. I'm not crazy to do that because it unleashes chaos. But I am sensitive to a message overriding the whole reading just in case it wants to be known. So I hope everything is fine. This is just so captivating, to say the least. Another not so light message I got from okay, what they admire the most, trait energy vibe. They notice that okay, that they notice in general. Okay, we have the Two of Wands in reverse. I heard from this one since when I don't know, but I do hear cards in a way. I heard prophetic. Something that you say is prophetic, something about your insight is prophetic, something about your words. You could be facing, regardless of how much opposition, actually, regardless of how much opposition you might face, your word seems to carry a lot of weight and it carries a prophetic tone to it, and people feel like it's predestined in a way, and it feels like they are right, or they are really wise, or they are wise in the right, which I also do accept, which is completely fine. Very nice energy. You can take one, two, or both. I hope we don't have any issues with that. So yeah. Two of Wands also, it's like I see this image and it makes me feel like what they say doesn't make sense. I keep hearing this is about you, by the way. But it's true. It doesn't make sense, but it's true. It's not surely clear to me how they got to this conclusion and what they got, how they got it from, where they got it from. It's a lot of like confused also. Where I'm just stuttering, I don't know, but it's they are right and it's true and it's scarily accurate. Like that's how, like that's what I keep hearing. And it's not even like for pile number 3. It's not that they this is not even the fact that people do regard you as like a very knowledgeable and wise person. They don't want to use you or your ability like that, even though it's fascinating and it's creepily and scarily accurate. All points out to the play, which makes me feel like people have this huge appreciation for you as a whole, as a person. Yeah, I thought this is not gonna be intense because this is the third reading and it's a very taxing emotionally to read for that long. But seems like pile number 3 is not doing me a favor today, which is alright. Okay. Uh, I'm breathing right now because I'm okay. Hopefully nobody's going to mind me breathing right now. But okay, we have the Raiden Shogun with Tower and Beidou in reverse. I hear Divine Wrath. What people love and appreciate about you. I hardly see how you'd appreciate that because I would never want to see that in action. But it's divine wrath, so it's people appreciate the fact or they can see and feel and sense the fact that you are a very you have integrity, and it's to such an extent that you are ready to unleash like some sort of divine wrath if it's necessary to stop like a greater evil or something. Very strongly spiritual and like a testimony of a very strong character and strong integrity, having integrity in this case, and being able to bet it all for it, on it, for the sake of it. It's, I do want to say the love people have for you carries a scared element, which makes people feel like they don't understand maybe what you will do next. They are a bit afraid or they feel like you are unpredictable. But it feels like there is actually nothing very unpredictable about this energy. It's as if like behave well and nothing bad will happen. But it's as if huge honor, respect, and dignity, like your name carries an honorable tone when it's being spoken. So it's a huge respect that I see being shown in the reading that's being associated with your name. Okay, this one feels also very urgent in the messages. What confuses and fascinates people, and this was hilariously distinct. We have the Knave of Cups. You could be young. It doesn't have to literally be the case. I don't like assigning such strict properties to the piles, but there is this message. It's either about youth or it's about something else. I will explain. What you possess is strangely so rare and scarce that people cannot do anything but say or notice that there is a discrepancy. It's as if, and why I said about youth at first, why I covered this aspect is because it's strange to find a very young person with a very defined or evolved or masterful quality of wisdom to them, because usually you'd say, or it's like a common misconception, that wisdom is accumulated with age and experience. I'd say this is not true, because I've seen the otherwise. Um, there are elements such as spirituality that can infuse wisdom with a snap of a finger, and not only that and more. That's why I say this is not true. You don't have to be old, and it's not an age thing at all. It's not. It's not. It's just not the case. Or at least that's what I believe. And we have the Ten of Wands in here. So, reversed. What confuses and fascinates people at the same time? It's a quality which is very honorable, very positive. It could be wisdom. It could be something else and more that seems to not make sense in either the greater scheme, or like where you're at, maybe where you're working, maybe what you're doing, or they just don't understand. There's just something like that's unbelievable. It's as if like a person is wiser than than another like really old person. Like how is that person able to extract such knowledge and insight with the zero experience? And it's just genuinely confusing. It's a story like this. It could be a discrepancy of your peers or other people. They feel so broken, they feel so down in their morale somehow, and you are not. You are different in a way, and I don't like the special one. No, I don't. It's a certain special that's just almost like suspicious. How are you not able to conform to the general negative theme? It's fascinating to that person, to those people, to that group, and it's something that's universal. It has to be about more than one person. So it's as if you're shielded or protected, or negativity never finds you, or how this person radiates such positivity. It's simply beyond them. Yeah, that's something I see, and it genuinely confuses. It doesn't make sense on a logical level, or on something that like on the level of patterns or regularities, or like I do meet a lot of people, for example, like that would be a dialogue they hold. They have a thought stream, something like I do meet a lot of people, and they are they are never matching anyone. They are never able to match anyone. I've never encountered someone like them before. It's shocking. It's like to a person who's actually like very experienced and has seen things, and they are just genuinely like it's caring, almost like, this person feels like an angel, or someone who was set on this earth and is like where they are actually, because it's not like gender specific. They are like some sort of human or thing that's pretending to be human, but it's actually helping and changing and doing things that's not very human. Okay, in a good way. Okay, that's what I see. It's like a concealment, I would say, because Naven here is like, it's like a hidden form of yours that's not showing the full extent of your power. Yeah, this is so deep. Okay. What or things they keep to themselves out of respect? For this pile, this feels very odd to ask, but okay. Okay, we have Four of Wands in reverse. There are a lot of boundaries in here. Either you made them, or the situation, or whatever. It's as if very similar to another one I had in here, where it spoke about some person out of respect, or some group in here is not nosy, even though they really want to be, or they are just genuinely fascinated, captivated, and they want to know more about you. And we have Six of Cups. It's as if there is like this polite distance, but yearning behind the whole thing. Um, it's unspoken fascination and desire and also admiration, but it's all held back in a way because of like fear of it being inadequate or it's being calculated really well with a hermit in here. So it's very positive, I would say, but it's also carrying this very lonely aspect, which makes me also feel like some people would really like to be closer to you than they are currently. And it's as if they want to win your loyalty and your very good predisposition, and you just have like a lot of people holding back positive feedback because they feel like it would be a little bit invasive, or you're actually just too used to this, and what difference would that person make if they were to just come out and show you affection? It feels like you would, and this is not true. I don't see it as being true, where they think that you would actually see their affection as being either inadequate, regular, or yeah, regular in a way. So it's like nothing new. It's like I'm not like you would almost as if the person already devalues their affection. And they think that you're going to do the same thing, which is I don't agree. I don't agree with that. It's a barrier in here where admiration and love is being withheld purposefully because it feels like they don't want to be needy, or they don't want to show you the full extent of their loyalty to you. Something like this, okay? Anyway, it makes me feel like it does really show up in a very immature way compared to your energy. So it's like a very good excuse for them to do nothing. So we're not tolerating that, okay? Not here anyway. Anyway, let's go for it. And we have the last category, what they think you don't know about yourself, and the blind spot that they think you don't see about yourself. Okay, this one is interesting. I saw Eight of Cups in here and I was like, okay, this feels like a refusal of sorts because of the imagery. And also we have Queen of Cups. This is Signora. I keep forgetting her name since her disappearance from game. Yeah, anyway, that was such an overreacting instance. Yeah, rest well. Anyway, not you, the character. She's gone. She's disappeared. I want to say it's a very strong one. I feel like a person or group in here. I feel like this is like romantic. Some people see, acknowledge, and are very like strictly aware of your noble nature, and in general, very noble qualities and traits. It's as if, yes, you are on the pedestal and more. More really depends on what you envision in that category. But it's a very strange message of, it's as if the person wants to let you know that you are lovable, you are enough, you are really beautiful, and all of this seemingly in like a very earthly way. What this means, it's as if the person wants to tell you that they love you not for the fact that you're noble or spiritual or not, but because you are you. And it's as if they adore your noble qualities, but they want to be with you, and they don't want this like whole set of very good things that circulate about you be an obstacle for their love and for their place into your heart, or your place into their heart, or their place into your heart, something like this. Okay, corny messages delivered. I'm not in the mood today. But yeah, that's what I see. I feel like some people, some person in here, I would say it's more related or linked to this. It's as if, yes, you might be accustomed to very honorable displays of appreciation, or being mirrored for very good things that you do have inside of you. But I feel like there is one person in here who just wants to say that they love you. That's what, like, they love you, like they've fallen in love really deeply. So yeah, that's what they want to tell you, and that they don't want this distance to be like of a status or something, be a reason for them to not be able to tell you that, even though it feels like the situation is of that sort, way, shape, form, whatsoever. This is a very solid reading. It gave me, or it left me with a very almost like honorable aftertaste, if a taste such as this would even be real. But yeah, that's kind of it. Thank you so much for watching. Do make sure to let me know if it resonated with you or not. You have that opportunity in the comment section. Uh, Please like, comment, subscribe if you're not already. Make sure to check out the other videos on the channel as well if you like this one. Hopefully I have shorter ones, recent ones. If you'd like to donate, you'll find the links in the comment section and the description section. You don't have to. This is just like, if you want to, that's okay. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to hear from you in the future readings. Take care.